Now, if you've been watching any sort of Deltarune speedruns or indeed previous rounds of this tournament, which has been going on since December, you will be very familiar with the beginning of the game here. Basically, after the character creation, they're just going to hop back into bed. That allows them to skip the classroom scenes and get straight into the dream world. You can only do that on New Game Plus, which is why it's the most popular category for this game, because it saves many minutes over a straight up fresh new game. So there's that. You're going to see both players go north and pick up this item. That is the wrist protector, an invaluable item. It's the reason why both players reset their game before they started, because it only appears if you get there within 8 minutes of booting your game up. It allows you to skip text very quickly by holding down keys on your keyboard, which saves your wrist. That is very important in this run because your text mashing speed is one of really only 3 ways you get faster in this game. There's not a lot of glitches, so really your speed just comes from avoiding all the enemy encounters you can, ideal movement without bumping on sides, which will take away your momentum, and basically text mashing, as well as execution in battles, of course. There's a nice little lull here at the beginning of the run where you're just kind of dodging some objects on the overworld. The time losses here are minimal. If you do get hit, it's not going to make or break your run, but it is going to slow you down each time you get hit slightly. These shots are random, so you can't just do the same movement every time. You do have to actually react and dodge if you want to get the best times through these 2 sequences. I'm already going to skip ahead here to the first boss fight against Lancer. Very important. Both players are going to try to get Susie, the one with the axe, hit during this battle. That's not a mistake. It's on purpose because we need her to die in a later boss fight, and this is the best place to get the damage onto her. Enemy targeting in this game is kind of random, though, so if Lancer doesn't attack Susie, then there's nothing the players can do about it. You saw those exact same damage values on both screens. That's because both players got perfect hits, which is it maximizes the amount of damage you can get. It's an idea that existed in Undertale. Works a little bit differently in Deltarune, but it is going to be important, especially in the final boss battle of the game, to eke out that extra damage from perfect hits. Another thing you're going to see in the combat of this game that you did not see in Undertale is what we call grazing or close dodging, which basically allows you to, when you are very close to an enemy attack but not hit by it, you will gain TP, which is the bar on the left side of the screen that allows you to do special abilities. Also very important in the final fight, managing that amount so you can get the most big moves out. There's going to be the first couple of enemy skips here. These are pretty simple in this area. There is going to be a forced battle with 3 Hathies. You're going to see our players get hit in that battle on purpose. Once again, not a mistake. It allows them to skip a text box that saves a couple of seconds. So we see here, we'll see the players close grave. There we go. They both graze that circle and then get hit near the end of the move. Also important to note, defending in this game automatically raises your TP as well. So that's going to be a strategy, especially with Shay, who's the least damaging character of the three, in order to gain TP for more damaging moves. We are playing Japanese, so you can't see that this text box says, Susie joined the party, and the next one says, Susie follows at a distance, whereby no one knows she's related. Rest in peace, checkerboard man. We can see here, even 6 minutes into the run, which a reminder is about a sixth of the way through the run already. Both players are still kind of neck and neck here. I will say this run is pretty simple to pick up. The route is a little bit easier than Undertale for sure, but it is very end heavy. So a lot of the harder skips and execution is loaded at the end of the run. So until then, really, lead changes can happen, and it's still going to be anyone's game. That was the last opportunity for our players to get hit if Susie hadn't taken enough damage yet. We're about to enter checkerboard here. This is the first kind of tricky skip of the game. Had to kind of juke a little bit. If you graze any of the walls in these checkerboard screens, you will get caught by the chessmen, which is a kind of punishing battle to get caught in. So let's see if both of them can make it through. Nice, we have both players safe. So the boss fight coming up is the one. We are looking for Susie to get targeted the first turn and go down, because you don't actually have control of her, and her attacking animations waste time during this boss fight. So we're hoping K Round here, who never skips legs day, jumps right on Susie. The community likes to call this Susan is dead. It's a very well-loved meme. Shay gets it, and Tendog as well, so very nice. It's going to keep both players pretty much neck and neck still. If you've never played Deltarune and are kind of unsure what's going on right now, this enemy heals itself more than you can possibly damage it. So the players are actually bowing in order to get it to bow as well and take the crown off its head, because it got kinged because it's a checker piece. Tendog actually managed to get out of that fight one turn earlier than Shay, so going to gain some time here. There is a boss in this area, but it only takes 2 turns to defeat, so not much to say about Clover, which is the 3-headed monster here. But what is really more important and a more significant potential time loss are the Bloxer enemies in this area. They're red enemies made of basically like Lego bricks. And the second room with Bloxers, which has 2 of them, is kind of hard to dodge, and also if you get caught, it's a very punishing fight, especially if you get a bad order of the blocks in order to pacify them. Casually, you would have almost no way to know this, but using the manual twice on Clover instantly ends the battle. Tendog trying for Bloxer Skipper. Ooh, had walked a little bit too far and gets caught by the second Bloxer. That's the one that catches most people on this skip. And you can see how long it takes to reorder the blocks. If you get a bad order, it can just mess you up, and then you miss it and have to do an extra turn. Let's see if Shay gets caught as well. Shay as well, so that's going to put, once again, our players very close to each other still. Tendog just running through those paper dancers. It's faster than going around and avoiding the damage. Let's see if either one of our players decides to meme it up with the creation of the butt-kicking machine here. Tendog goes for the standard top choices. That's the fastest. Picking any other choices is kind of a split-second time loss. But maybe Shay will pick the duck for the fans. Yes, it is going to be a duck from Shay. Just for the fans. Can we get some hype in chat for Duck Machine? The next boss coming up is the Lancer and Susie fight. Ideally, it takes only 5 turns to get out of this fight. If you're not great at dodging, it can still be a kind of dangerous fight though, so a good backup strat here is to save at the save point. Some players do, some players don't. You will also see players a lot of times refill their health at the save point without saving, just because they want to get a little extra safety. We see Shay there with the health refill and the save, just in case. Rip Duck. We'll never forget you. So basically at this point, Tendog is basically just 1 battle turn ahead of Shay. This is Lancer joining the party, but kind of not really, since his dad is like the big bad of this chapter of Deltarune. But we do get this sick transformation sequence. Yeah, so it may appear that Shay's getting a little bit farther behind, but like I said, the execution is very heavy at the end of this run, so really either of the skips inside castle or the king fight itself can force a lead change. There are basically two big enemy skips. We have an auto-scroller coming up and then an auto-scrolling fight with Susie versus Lancer in the castle. So there's a little downtime here as far as viewing, but I will explain the skips inside the castle. The first is the Rudin Ranger skip, and there is actually a safety strat on this one. If you think you're not going to make it, you can duck out the south entrance and reset the path. So when you come back, it's pretty easy when you come back. Now the second skip, Head Hathy, is the hardest skip in the game, and there's no safe way to do it. You will literally be within frames of being caught by the enemy when you exit the screen, no matter how well you execute it. And it's not a very consistent trick for even the people at the top of the leaderboard, such as Tendog and Shay. Now, while they're going through these auto-scrollers, we are looking during the fight with Susie and Lancer. It is a little swag if you can get enough close dodges to fill up Susie's TP meter to 100% by the end of the fight. So let's see if either one of them gets it. I mean, so far, the only real error in either of these players' runs was getting caught by the Bloxer. So this is a pretty good run so far from both players. That being said, being caught by the Bloxers, I think, is going to make sure that neither one of these players can reach their PBs, which, as I said, are both extremely good and very close to the world record themselves. So Phoenix Affinity in chat asking, anyone know if either got the K round skip? Susan did die for both players, so I'll say that. Tendog with the swag, TP Max over there. Looks like Shay probably going to get it as well. It doesn't really save you really any time. There is some evidence that close dodging enough moves actually makes enemy attacks end faster, but it's really a minuscule time save. It just looks cool. Okay, just a few screens left now from both players. We'll see if they can both get the two skips here and, of course, the second king round fight execution. After this elevator comes Rudin Ranger. We'll see if Tendog takes the safe strat or not. Okay, so you see Tendog going out the south. That's the safety way, and then you just wait till it passes. Easy every time. Extremely difficult puzzle upcoming. Let's see, oh, and boom. Too fast, too furious with tendog there. Head Hathy skip. Ooh, looked a little bit low. Yeah, got caught. Let's see the backup here to get out of its battle as fast as possible. This is Shay's opportunity for sure. Yeah, 10 taking a little bit menuing here. Oh, you can see Shay grazed the wall on the right side slightly, and boom, just like that, can't get it. But looked like maybe able to get out of the battle faster than 10 did. Let's see. Now this is still anybody's game because the king fight is difficult to get out. We're looking for 10 turns ideally, but in order for that to happen, you really have to manage your TP well, get some perfect hits, and really not mess up or get hit a lot. Because if you have to heal or if any of your characters go down, you are not going to finish it in 10 turns. You'd be lucky to finish it in 13 turns. Now, I do remember saying this is an easy speedrun to pick up, even though this last fight looks very intimidating. Don't worry, if you want to learn Deltarune, there is a safety strat where you just defend every turn, and the battle will end automatically. It's basically effortless as long as you can dodge his attacks and not die. King round fight here, just looking for 3 perfect throws for tendog. Could waste some time if he doesn't get them, though. Phoenix Affinity asking in chat, rude or red? That's an allusion to the 2 strats that have been concocted in order to get through the king fight in 10 turns. We're basically looking for 2 different moves for Susie. She has a move called Rude Buster, which is purple, and a move called Red Buster, which is red, which deals more damage. The problem with Red Buster is you have to act first in order to activate it. So it does waste a turn, but it makes up for it in the damage it deals. So you're going to be seeing tendog here defending some turns with Ralsei. Anytime you see Ralsei defending, it's because tendog needs more TP in order to use the move of choice. So if 10 messes up execution at all and forces an extra turn, this could be Shay's chance to catch up as well. Close dodging, also extremely important. You see 10 making sure to get as many grazes as possible and using up almost all the TP that was gained from that. Now we're seeing 2 different strategies here because Shay is using Red Buster. You can see it deals a little more damage and is of course red. Well, actually tendog is doing Red Buster as well, so we'll see which player can just execute this fight. That's what it's going to come down to. I should note, like, this looks really complicated, but King does do the same attacks. The movements within the attacks are random, but which actual attack it's going to be is set in the move order. Seeing a lot of perfect hits on tendog's side. This is good because it gives some breathing room as far as the execution goes. If you don't think you'll have enough damage, you can also try and attack with Ralsei on the last turn to kind of eke out the last little bit. Only problem is if you miscalculate it, then that's going to force an extra turn and you won't have TP anymore. All right, tendog's out of it. With that, looks like 10 is probably going to take the win here. There's not really a lot of ways to lose time after this. Shay's also out. I mean, they are still extremely close considering we're 25 minutes in. I'll take this opportunity while the cutscene's playing to say, if you like these runs, have been following this tournament a little bit, check out the Undertale and Deltarune Speedrunning Community Discord. It's a great group. It's where this tournament was organized. Thanks also to the Speed Gaming family of channels, which have hosted this entire tournament over the course of many months for us. We definitely appreciate it, and check out their schedules. There's always something going on one of their 6 channels for sure. Also, shout-outs to Rambu, who wrote an extremely good guide for beginners to start speedrunning this game if you check it out at speedruns.com. Timing for this game ends when Chris gets in bed, so really the only possible time losses at this point are grazing the houses if you're cutting them too close, and also mismenuing on the bed itself, which is maybe a split-second loss. Saying goodbye to the fluffy goat friend for now. Until Toby Fox blesses us with Chapter 2. As the introduction says, when Ralsei joins your party, the power of fluffy boys fills you. Cool Easter egg here. You'll notice, depending on the items you've equipped onto Chris, when you go back in the real world, the items they are holding change as well. It reveals that basically it's just items they found in the closet that they were playing with. Okay, they have a pencil instead of a sword. Tendog looks to be tracking to a low 28, which is within a minute and a half of PB. That's pretty good for a live race. And boom, Tendog takes the win, moving on to a match against the Potato 666 in the next round. Oh, and Shay saw the dot done and is going to please the fans. Oh no. Sans did meet your mom last night, in fact. Sans percent for the fans. Thank you, Shay, for that. Excellent work to both players here. Shay memeing it up here at the end for the fans. Enjoy the creepy ending, and while we see if we can get some of the players in here for interviews post-match.
Hello.
All right, we've got Shay and Ten here with us. Okay, first off, what did you both think there? I know you couldn't see each other's screens, but just FYI, so you know up front, you both got hit by blocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I figured. That was like, yeah, I was walking up to house, and I was like, this is too close.
Yeah, I know. At the end, I was like, okay. I'm just watching the SRL.
Yeah, I'm watching SRL, waiting for him to finish. I'm like, is he gonna finish?
I was super nervous the whole time. I was like, he's gonna finish right now. He's gonna finish.
Yeah, you both actually had the same skips missed. So you both missed Bloxer and you both missed Head Hathy. So you were actually neck and neck, only separated by maybe a few seconds in the King fight.
I made a pretty big blunder in checkerboard. I pulled out the the good old Ralsei heals Chris because I died strat. That's That's the new metagame. They're not ready for it.
Chris dead.
Yeah, like I thought that Susie needed 3 hits to die. I didn't pay attention that she only needed 2, and I took the 3rd hit, and Chris died, and I was like, oh, crap.
Oh, you like took an extra hit. Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so unfortunate. That's like the absolute worst case scenario. Dude, K-Round is just out for us, I swear. Sometimes he's just like, he picks you to be you're the unlucky victim of the day.
Let's see, I was walking up to house at the end of the game, and I was watching SRL. I'm like, he finished good. So I went back and talked to Sans.
Oh, thank God, dude. Some Sans.
And then I realized it was in Japanese, so I couldn't do Sans befriend your mom. Unlucky.
To all the Japanese viewers out there, though, I'm sure they appreciate it.
The true fans know. The true fans know.
The true fans know, yeah. GG's, man. Good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, big GG.
I don't know. I definitely don't think I deserved to win this game. I haven't practiced Deltarune in like a month. So I definitely want people who actually actively run to be the people that are winning the games.
Yeah, even still, like I haven't been practicing that much, but I definitely more than you. But I still was super nervous. I was like, Shay could just pull off like a PB, like 26:30 something, and I'll just be swept.
I haven't gotten head at these skips since I got that PB.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, man, great runs from both of you. Like I said, you definitely gave us a show, and it was pretty much neck and neck the whole time, with some fan favorites managing to happen during the run. So, anything else you two want to add before we close it up for tonight?
Play Deltarune on Switch. It's coming out in like 2 days.
Yeah, the only thing I have to say is that, yeah, good luck in the rest of the race. I'm not going to BM or anything. Good luck in the rest of the races. You better win it. You beat me, you better win it now.
Yeah, now I have to. For Shay.
Yeah. Somebody's gotta.
Not NR, dude. He's too powerful. And Yiska's castle skip, so I'm kind of worried about him.
Yeah, he's got the castle sip up his sleeve, dude. He's gonna pull it out in grand finals.
He's been saving it up, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, though. Thanks for having us. Thank you, Speed Gaming, for hosting it, as always.
And thanks, J Money, for the commentation. You're like
thanks
always
for the 160 people who came out to watch tendog race the really washed-up player. And, yeah.
Well, thanks you two again. Thank you, Speed Game, again. And hey, if you want to run Deltarune, guess what? It's a free game. Get it on PC or Switch immediately.
Yeah, and there's great community Discord that we definitely didn't just leech a little section off the Undertale Discord. It's definitely its own standing thing. But no, seriously, there's a lot of people that can really help you if you want to get into speedrunning this game, including me, because I don't speedrun this game anymore, but I know way too much about it.
Yeah, we got tons of info on it.
And yeah, if you're interested at all, just everybody's waiting. Get the heck in here. What are you waiting for? Come on.
Come on, just hurry up already.
We're waiting. We're waiting.
I won't leave until someone... No, I'm joking.
Well, thank you all for watching, and enjoy the rest of the Speed Gaming program tonight.
Goodbye forever.
Peace out.